俺もこの人みたく悪い奴をやっつけるヒーローになれますか?
I think all of us have an innate will to want to stop people from doing bad things. I think we want to do our best to achieve the goals that we set out in life. I know that Hawks, he set out on a goal to be able to become the #1 hero so that he can protect people as Endeavor did. Everyone has idols. I have idols, you have idols. Everybody has an idol that they look up to. It could be an entrepreneurial person, it could be an anime character, it could be somebody that you just admire and respect because of what they do with their life and how they've lived it. You can do the exact same thing. The reason why is because if anybody has done anything, you can do the exact same thing. The best way to get there, I have found out, is by doing and trying different things that make you uncomfortable. You have to be willing to put yourself into uncomfortable situations. Like me the other day, I went on probably maybe a 50-mile bike ride. I've never rode my bike that long, but I was like, this is something that I need to do because it's going to put me in an uncomfortable situation. And then after that, I ended up going to dinner by myself, which that used to be something that completely terrified me. I had no issue going to the movies by myself because that was something that I just genuinely enjoyed doing. Now it's like I need to find ways to become more uncomfortable so that I can provide more value to more people, because if I can do uncomfortable things, then I can be the hero that somebody else looks up to, which can hopefully in turn inspire somebody else to start something new because they're like, hey, you know what? This guy right here, he's doing what he's wanting to do. Yes, it's not easy for him. Yes, it might be challenging at points in time, but he's still doing it because he sees the bigger picture. He sees the bigger goal, and he understands that what is required is never giving up. As long as we don't give up, if we don't get responses, if we don't get what we want right away, that doesn't necessarily disqualify us for anything in the future. All it means is that things may take longer. Like I was listening to this book the other day, and this kind of ties back into how Hawks is wanting to be the best hero as well. I was listening to this book of a real estate typhoon. It's called Am I Being Too Subtle? And he talked about how one of the people that he wanted to work for his company, she didn't want to work for him. She had no reason to want to work with him. She had no interest in working with him at his company at that point in time, but he saw something within her. He saw a characteristic, a trait, a willingness to work hard for what she believed in, so he did everything in his power to make sure that he could get her onto his team. This process took 8 months. To become the #1 hero, to become where Hawks is at the #2 hero as well. Like it takes years, it takes days, it takes months, it takes time, it takes patience to be able to obtain what we want to obtain in our life. As long as we don't give up, as long as we keep trying, as long as we're being professionally persistent, anything is possible. Look at Grant Cardone. He has built up a wealth of wealth to be able to do real estate deals, to own a private jet, to be the guy that people can look up to when it comes to real estate investing. He also showed that, it's possible to get the girl of your dreams. If you're patient, if you're persistent, if you're professional, you can obtain that. He, I believe, made 26 calls to her before getting the first date. And that's why I think that having no response, having the heroes that are here make it easier for us to do, because when we have those people that aren't giving us a response, that aren't helping us in the ways that we want to be helped, that doesn't disqualify them from wanting help in the future. Just means it might take a little bit more time. It might take a little bit more practice. It might take a little bit more skills to be able to obtain that. And from doing so, we're going to learn new things in the process. From those new things, we'll acquire new skills so that when we run into a similar situation next time, we're set. Subscribe.